Like at this, like at that. This should be fine. Ah, I hate this. This is the third time. Thank you. Hi. Oluwaseun. I think it's getting better now. Thank you for joining back. Adeyinka, Roke, Oredeyin, Olushola, Ibitayo, Lidowu Liz, and Ogunkeye. Thank you. I hope you can hear me now. I believe so, right? Yes. Let's just hit the road. I've spent like 25 minutes doing nothing. Okay, you can hear now. Okay, thank you. So that's good. Okay, so thank you. I really appreciate you. It's better now. Okay, I really appreciate you for joining back. I'm so sorry about that. It wasn't my fault. Please don't be angry. George Adelaja, you are welcome. Thanks for joining. We have a crucial topic today, which is relocation. But before I start, I want to acknowledge God for the grace He has bestowed upon us to be alive today. You can see today is the last day of the month of August. It is not by our might or by our power, but by His special grace that He has given us that opportunity to be alive. So we are acknowledging Him. We are thanking Him for everything. Good evening, everyone. Okay, Tunoluwa Kemi Balogun, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. As I said earlier on, today's topic is a very crucial topic, which is relocation. And I want to start by saying the meaning of relocation. I believe relocation is an action, like the act of moving from one place to another place. It might be from a country to another country, a state to another, from a state to another state. Bless me. Thank you. Sorry. Excuse me about that. I'm sorry. So that's relocation for you. That is the act of moving from one place to another. It can even be a business. It can be job. It can be, through job. It can be through your business. It can be through anything. But that is just the meaning of relocation. So like you moving from one place to another, from a town to another town, or country to another country, from a region to another region. I believe everybody knows the meaning. Everybody knows the meaning of relocation. So now, I just want to talk about it because the way they have given it another nickname in Nigeria right now, which is Japa, like Japa to me means like you go without looking back, like going and saying bye bye forever. Should that be? That shouldn't be. Okay, the network is better. Thank you. Adegboyega Michael Ademisoye, thank you for joining. Dupe Busari, Yomade Fagbule Apoderin, thank you. Folashade, thank you. Makinde Akintola, thanks so very much. Yes, it's Japa. Japa means you going without looking back. I said, should that be the case? I don't think so. It shouldn't be like that. So now, I said, why I want to talk about relocation is the way I see people moving. Like a musician that says, Exodus is the moving of Jah people, like moving of God's people. We can move. We have the opportunity. We can move. If we want to, we can move. Tenibi Aje, Oluwa Seun, Oluwagbemiga, Yonuga, thank you so much. Thank you. So we can move. Anybody can move. Anything can move. As I said earlier, let me just start again. I said relocation is the action. That is an act of moving to a new place. Like you're establishing yourself in a new environment. It can be business, it can be job, it can be accommodation, depends. You can move from region to region, state to state, country to country. And Adenola, thank you. Odushoga Benedict Wolabi, thank you. So you can move. Anybody can move, And then in this life, as we can see, there is nobody that is stable. We move from one place to the other. At least, even within the house, we move around. So nobody is limited to a spot. You can't say, oh no, this person should not move, And even if you tie somebody down, or you even tie an animal down, you that tie the animal down, you won't be able to move because you'll be watching the animal to make sure the animal didn't go far or does not break loose and run away. So you have to keep watching. So everybody can move. Anybody can move, and at any time. Okay, now the question now that I'm asking, yes, nobody is limited to a place. Yes, thank you. Obatman Shegzi. Okay, what a name. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Amen. I answered amen to your prayers. So now, he said, what I want people to do is I want to ask you questions. If you want to move, what are the things you need to do, and what are we doing? Are we doing them right? That is one thing I want us to know. Before I go further, there's one thing I tell people. I do not and I can never stop anybody from relocating, because what is good for me might not be good for you, or what is good for you might not be good for me. But that doesn't say I should discourage you, or I should discourage anybody from moving. I tell people to move because if you don't move, if you are stable, you're on a spot, like you are stagnant, you are not moving, how can you progress? So now, before you move, Oloyinbo, like my English people says, look before you leap. Before you make a move, you look. You do some things, like some background checkings before you make that move. And so what are you doing? First and foremost, why are you relocating? Why? What is the reason for your relocation? Okay, your reason, that is the purpose of relocating. It can be job related. Maybe you got a job and then they are moving you from one branch to another, from one state to another, or from a country to another country. That's job related. And it can even be that it's going to be abroad, fine, from one country to the other. That is it. Then another thing is that can make you to relocate is marriage. Marriage can make you relocate. Maybe you got married and then your spouse is not living around. You have to move to where your spouse is. So definitely you have to relocate. You have to leave wherever you are to move to another region or another state, country, wherever your spouse is. That is another step of relocation. So now I say another set of step is education. Maybe you got admission in a particular town or a country or a state outside your country, outside your region. That is it. That is another relocation. All these things are steps, are like patterns of relocation, and these are not anybody can do that. Anybody can relocate. Like I use myself as an example. From Ibadan to Lagos, from Ibadan to Benin, from Benin back to Ibadan, Ibadan to Lagos, Lagos to Ibadan, back to London, from London back to US. So relocation happens. So if you don't move at times, you will not prosper in life. So you have to move. You can't stay on one spot. You can't be stagnant. You can't just stay on one spot and say you want to progress. You have to keep moving here and there, because you never know where that source of prosperity you'll be able to tap into is. So you have to. So anything can make you to relocate. As I said job can make you relocate. Maybe you got a new job somewhere and you're trying to go to another branch, or maybe they are giving you a job somewhere. They're asking you to move, or maybe from country to country, state to state, town to town, region to region, anything, like that. And I said marriage also can make you relocate. You can relocate because of marriage. Maybe your spouse is another country or another state or another town. Then you have to move from where you are to go join your spouse. In the olden days, they used to say that a woman has to move to where the man is, but that doesn't mean anything nowadays. It depends on what is good for both of you, because you sit down and then do your own work properly, and then you know which one is the best for you. Is it for the man to move to where the woman is, or is it for the woman to move to where the man is? So depending on their choice and their plans. So that is it for marriage. Then I now said education. Maybe you got an admission. You have to travel outside that your region, maybe another state, another town, another country. Anything can happen. You can travel anywhere in the course of knowledge, acquiring more knowledge, trying to be more learned, as the law people will say. So you are free to do that also. Then another thing is, maybe you don't even have a say. Like maybe you are not old enough to make that decision, but your parents made the decisions. They relocated, and they took you along. That's another sign of relocation. Like when you travel somewhere, or maybe you got a job, all these things, and you decide to take your children along with you, that's another relocation in the aspect of the children. And maybe in the future they find themselves in that environment. That is how they will know the reason why and how they got into that particular environment. And that is it. It can be your siblings, that's another set of relocation. Maybe your sibling, like here in America, it used to be like 5-6 years, but nowadays it's 13 years. So you can imagine if you file for sibling, and it has to be your direct sibling. So if you file for your sibling and then you're bringing them over to the US, can be other countries, it can be Canada. I think they are doing such also. So it can be anywhere. Your siblings can relocate you to another region or country. They might even say, oh, log belodo egben, log belodo abure. It might even be within the state or within even the same town, but different locations. And that is it. That is another way of relocating. Then another way of relocation, which is so rampant these days, is the greener pasture. Everybody is looking for one thing or the other, and that one is very crucial and is very important in what we are going to talk about. Yes, Miss Adeyinka Ronke already. He said transfer can lead to relocation. Yes, I said it also. I said from your job, they might transfer you from one branch to another, or from one state or country or region, depending. And then that is it. Now I'm talking about the greener pasture. Like, you don't even have a job per se that you're going there to meet, or you don't have education that you're going to go to school over there, or you don't even have even accommodation. You just have to search for the accommodation. That is what I call hustling relocation. So like, you're going there to start from the onset, from the beginning. Yes, you're going there to start from the beginning and start all over again. All other places too is like starting all over again, because make new friends, new job, new environment, new everything about it is new. But in this case, I'm talking about the greener pasture. Like, you are going to relocate to hustle, to look for, to make ends meet. And that is what is so common now. They said medical purpose too. Yes, you can relocate due to medical issues. I've seen people that are having issues in maybe Africa, and their kids decide to bring them over to the Western world to get more proper treatment, or some of them are able to be managed by the country. Maybe the country give them one opportunity or the other to stay over and be living in that country, and that is it. And at times it might not even be another country, it might even be the same country, different states or different town or different region, depending on what is good for you, or even maybe to stay with people that can help you manage the medical issues. That is it. But this particular one I'm talking about is the greener pasture stuff, which is the hustling. Mo ń lọ hustle, mi náà fẹ́ lọ hustle, mo fẹ́ lọ tiraka, and stuff like that. Yes, sir. Omugo, yes. Anybody can do omugo, especially the mothers, the grandmothers. They relocate to their daughter's place or their son's place to babysit for them when they have little babies, when they have children, when they just put to bed and stuff like that. That one too can lead to permanent relocation, because when they get there, the children might say, "Mommy, Daddy, stay here, don't go," and then they can decide to stay. And some might be like they don't even have anything doing back home, and they will say, "Whoa, which is really good." And it's happening. That is if the parents bá fi ọwọ́ síbi tí ọwọ́ ń gbé, tí ṣe pé they are going there to scatter their homes at the same time again, in the name of omugo. We have seen a lot. The mother will come and do omugo, and then they will scatter the home, and that is it. So, ma'am, and Adenola said summer holiday. Fine, summer holiday is good, but when you call it holiday, it is holiday. That is not a relocation. You only go there for a certain period and go back to your destination or to your station. That is summer holiday. But in the aspect of you going to summer holiday and you decide that, or you have decided that you're not going back, that is a relocation with the hustling level. So those are the systems people use in traveling to hustle. They can go for holiday and decide not to go back. That is the Japa vibes. Yes, El Nino. Then they can go all in the name of education and stuff like that. Okay, now, before I go into all those things, I want to ask you another question. Like, when you say you want to relocate, I say, what are the reasons for your relocations? And those are the reasons I mentioned about marriage, health issues, education, parents, siblings, stuff. Those are the reasons, those are the reasons that made you to relocate. Okay, now, I will now say, in the first instance, you have to look who introduced you to this thing. You can't just wake up one day and say, I want to Japa. You must have heard it, seen it, or know somebody that have done it before. So you have to sit down and think, who introduced you to this? How did you get to know? How did you get the visa? That is it. How do you go about it? Right? Okay. That is one thing. It is very, very important. But before you go to that level, one thing I want you to understand, you have to do your feasibility studies very well to make sure that where you're going to, you are going right, and you are going to do the right thing, and you are not going here. Because why I'm saying this, I am seeing a lot, I am hearing a lot, and it's so painful and so disheartening when you see your fellow human being stranded. You have to do your own work properly. Don't misunderstand me. Yorùbá ní ẹni kò kú ẹ̀yẹ olómọ ọlọ. Not because some people are here because they have been able to scale through, they now think they can talk anyhow. No, that is not the issue. What I am saying right now is, especially when you're going to a country or a particular place that the weather is not friendly. You understand that you are not used to that kind of weather. So you have to be very, very careful. So what what are your feasibility studies? What did you do? Did you assess have you assessed the place? Have you talked about it? Have you asked questions? Have you seen people that have gone there? Not just one person, but alagbaja law, that is the reason why I want to go. No, that is senseless act. You have to have a purpose of going there and what you want to go and do there. And that is it. So those ones are okay, peer pressure or social. That's what I said. If you are going there because travel agents said so, or you are going there because of peer pressure and all my mates are abroad, or lórí social media or everywhere we go, you see that Okolagbaja ti lọ, ìyàwó Tàmẹ̀dù ti lọ. Those are flimsy excuses to me. They are senseless. That's not a real reason for you to say you want to travel, right? You must have a reason to travel. Okay, someone said some accompany disabled child or adult. Yes, if you okay, anybody that goes like that, you had a purpose of going, and the purpose was for you to go there with somebody that has disability or that is going there for health related issues, to see them through, or maybe to help them in case they need help with one thing or the other, and to come back with them. So if you decide to stay back, that is the Japa level. That is, yes, that is the Japa level. So you switched your holiday or your vacation or your purpose or your health reasons to Japa. That is the hustling way. You are going there to hustle, because you are not going there with maybe like a immigration stuff, like maybe you have your papers ready. No, you are going there to start struggling to get papers. That is it, to start struggling to get job and stuff like that. So those ones, I call them the hustling type. You are going there to hustle, to make ends meet, greener pasture. Láti wówó lọ, láti, yeah. So the purpose, there must be a purpose. You that have a good job back home, you have landed properties, you have a lot of things, you are okay, you are doing fine, right? I can say, if you have the chance, you want the children to study abroad, fine. If you want to relocate, just because a lot of people, we have seen bank managers going there to push truck. We have seen bank managers, wealthy people that are doing okay back home, trying to come and do Duro Jaye. Do you know what they call Duro Jaye? You can stand on the road and be controlling traffic for school children, all those people that carry help school children to cross the road, from a bank manager to that. Another Duro Jaye can be those people that stand at the stadium to watch the athletes not getting injured because of security purposes. A lot of things. You can be an attendant at the store. So all those things, you have to think about it. Though the money can have more weight than where you're coming from, but that is not the only thing attached to it. And you have to know that relocation alone, it has to do with your mental health also, like it has to do with psychology, because it doesn't easy. Duro Jaye is to stand. You have to stand. You can stand. Maybe you're a bank manager, or maybe you are somewhere that where you work, you see that all through. But here you will start. If you have a 12-hour shift, you have to stand. You understand? Maybe they give you 15 minutes break every now and then. Can be every after 4 hours, 15-minute break. It's as if you're not having any break. So you have to think about it. Not because people are saying it or people are doing it, then you want to do it. No, it doesn't make sense that way. And I don't discourage people from traveling. No, don't misunderstand me, because ibito onikaluku wa, nobody knows, you know. And then another thing I would say is, if you have done your proper checking, you have already made your, like inquiries, you have asked questions, you have even asked people that have traveled. I know some people will be telling you, go down, and they are there, they have not come back home. That's another set for you. They will keep discouraging you not to come, whereas they are doing fine. And some, it is how they see it, they will tell you. Like me, I used to tell people, I don't know if when you come, you are the one that will make me a millionaire here. So if I stop you from coming, how do I become a millionaire? So I have to encourage people, but you have to have your purpose of coming. You can't just say, mo kàn fẹ́ wá, and then somebody will now say, go and bring money. You give money without doing your proper investigations and inquiries very well, and that is it. So now I tell people, if you want to do that, you have to ask questions. A lot of agents, they have sugar-coated mouths. They will come to you, talk to you, because they are agents. They want to make money. They don't care if you sell everything you have and you go there and be stranded. It's none of their business. I've seen a case where somebody was telling me that this person sold everything they have, and you have never been to Canada. You are now telling your clients that when you get to Canada, at the border, just call them and tell them you are here. They should give you house and somewhere to stay, because you have relocated, because you are filing for asylum. Instead of those ones to make questions, to ask questions, to make inquiries, that do we go in first, ask people around, or do we go? So she stayed at the embassy, at the airport there, at the port of entry, and was asking the immigration. They said, you know what? Good evening, Canada. Good morning back to Nigeria. Now, the agent is on the run. How do you get your money back? You have paid, you have sold everything. The person you sold your car to cannot sell it back to you, cannot give it back to you. That one is gone. All the things I have seen people, I have seen a couple with 4 children that came. I think it was during our former president era, that they had to send them back, right? 4 children. They were crying and wailing because they have sold everything, practically everything. Even if you are coming to get visa, they will write it there. Unless you have been issued a visa, don't make any traveling preparations. That is it. So, but our people, once they see that, they start, some can even go and sell their forefathers' land in pursuit of visa. And at the end of the day, the visa don't get through, there will be problem. That's why we have a lot of people with mental issues, because they have put too much hope, so much high expectations in what is not real. That agent that is calling you to come and do, come and pay exorbitant amounts, owó ńlá rẹpẹtẹ. Have you searched that agent? Has that agent ever traveled in his life? Has that agent ever done for somebody before that you know, or you have seen, or you have heard of? Not that I will be the one telling you, like this, that. No, the ones you have seen by yourself. Nobody dragged you to the agent. You are the one looking for agent. Agents will not come to your room and say, Coco, I'm an agent. Or do you want to travel abroad? Do you want to Japa? No. Okay. Let me cite this example for you. When I was doing visas, to God who made me, and to God be the glory, I never paid agent for anything. I will just put it through. If they give me coin, if they don't give me coin, that's why I don't tell anybody. I just keep it to myself. So if they don't give me, I don't will come to you, come begin cry. No, I will do according to what I can do. People fail to understand that it has to do with destiny and your money. If you like, you can do 100 times. Some people that are doing, they will not even sweat. I have seen people that they went and gave them visa in the house. Yes, I have seen it. Nobody say them say. And I have seen people that have gone like 4, 5, 6 times. And that is why I keep telling, when I was younger, if you come to me as a man, approach me, and I see that all you keep saying is about abroad, I will know you only caution. Because those people that put their hopes and expectations on abroad ended up not going. Not only not going, not being useful for themselves, because they put all their eggs in one basket. In one basket, thinking that all in all, abroad it is. But those ones that will say, me, give agent money, I don't have that money. That person will face his or her job and be doing his job. Some of them will go and learn how to do this, how to do that. Maybe because they cannot get job. Then they will start learning vocational jobs and stuff like that. And before you know it, they get visa. I have an older, I call him older brother, family friend, but an older brother who didn't really school like that. He didn't really go to school like that. He might even find it a little bit, difficult to compose good English. But my dear brother and sister, he's abroad because he didn't put his mind there. He just did it. He was asking, I think they said he was asking his brother for money. And that one now said, whoa, you'll be asking money. What no matter what she shared, the brother just took him. Come and see how it is. And that is it. All those ones, they never put their mind there. He was busy doing his job. He was busy learning how to do this and that. Right? But most of us, we are the one looking for the trouble. We are the one looking for agents that will dupe us. Yes, they said they have duped my younger sister, who is a registered nurse several times. She's pissed off traveling. Adeyinka Ronke already. After the show, ping me. I'll talk to you about that. I'm not an agent, please, make nobody no come. But because she says she's a registered nurse, she doesn't need to pay anybody. Anybody. She doesn't need to pay anybody. If God says it is her way, my dear sister, it will go like this. We have seen so many people looking for children. They will do IVF. They will do rishi. But when God says that time is not yet, there's nothing the person can do. And suddenly the person can get frustrated and say, me okay, shemo jare. After 2 or 3 months, pregnancy will just come without spending a dime. We have seen it severally. If you go to the embassy, you will see different kind of suitcases. Some suitcases, they never bomb me where they don't buy her. The suitcases are so old to show you that these people have been coming, and yet they have not received the visa. They have never. That's why I said, Ori ni. You don't know your destiny. You don't know if God wants you to go there. And some people go there and end up being a nuisance, doing nothing. And some people, I have seen cases when somebody was telling me that his friend was repatriated. Then I think it was in the 80s or early 90s. The man was repatriated back to Nigeria. He went and did Olori again and came back. The second time, they repatriated him. Said when they were asking him to go, he had to go. The friends contributed money. Said one particular friend was not telling him, say, Lagbaja, Duronile, my mind is telling me you will make it back home. This person had been to London before they repatriated him there. Before he came to US and they repatriated him twice. Making 3 times from Obodo Yibo. He got back to Nigeria. One way or the other, he started selling. I don't know what he said he started selling. He was selling, and he just hit a big contract like that. That his friend said when he went home to greet him, say, the way he was even sitting, say he was sitting down like, are you sure you are the owner of this house? Are you sure? See, he was not telling everybody, this was my friend that encouraged me to go back to Nigeria and start something doing. And those his friends are not even living the kind of lifestyle he's living because he's doing good in Nigeria. Now, he has been traveling, going to Dubai, going to London, going to all the European countries. It's only US that he has not been coming because of his, and then because they took his fingerprints and whatever. But now, if he wants to come, he has the money. Only that he's still pissed off with America. He didn't want to come for now. So there are so many people like that. You are not limited to one spot. Fine. But at the same time, do your feasibility studies very well. Make sure you are really digging deep. A lot of agents are so bad, so worse than devil. They will collect money. They know there is no hope for that thing. They will collect money, rip these people off their fortunes. And then the visa will not come out. Some will even grant fake visas. What prompted me to do this thing? I've been trying to do it for a while now. I have called like 2 or 3 experts that are expatriates of Nigeria from different countries. But they don't have the time. But because of what I saw recently, I might still bring them to talk properly. I have been chatting with them. They've been showing me and sending me stuff that gives me, that bothers me so much, that makes me to cry at times. When I see my fellow brethren, my fellow sisters and brothers sleeping on the street, on Monile Olono, because the agents collected all their money, promising them heaven and earth. And when they got here, nothing. Yes, fake visas. These people were carried from Nigeria because the Nigerians didn't know whether it was fake or not. UK, I just saw it recently, like 2 or 3 days ago. I can send it to you on WhatsApp. UK did not allow them to enter their country at the port of entry because the visas were fake. Fake. Some were saying his mom and dad sold their landed property and they spent almost 10 million sending him to school. So this man collected money and said he paid school fees. The school was existing, right? Because you can, get a school. GBT school need for you to come to the school. But it's not the school that will grant you visa. It's the UK embassy. Fake visa, I said it. I said it. It's on the internet. It's on the news. Go and watch. It's everywhere. Yes. So, they gave them fake visas. My people are wicked. And you have your own children. And you want them to prosper. And you want to prosper. And you want to laugh at the end of your life. Is it possible? People that have worked and labored and saying, oh, if we have lived our own life like this, don't let our children live like this. Let's give them better life. Giving you money to make visa for the children. Only for you to make fake visa. Fake visa. I am not an agent. I can't know the fake or the original. But what I tell people, right? I want to bá dá lójú, the true agents, right? We tell you that they will help you with the visa. They will not keep you in the dark. They will put you in the open. You will be able to talk to the school. You will be able to have an idea of what the school is and what kind of plans they are giving you. If it is good visa, they will not tell a stark illiterate to come and do masters that does not exist. How did he scale through primary and secondary school? How did he scale through the first degree to come and do masters? So you now get to the embassy and then they will say, oh, they have given me visa. Òyìnbó wo ló lọ sọ ńbẹ̀? How did you do it? How did you comport yourself? So only for the person to get to the port of entry, they will now say, okay, you want to come and study English? Uh-huh. There was a year I was going to London. That was in 2000 and, was it 10? Yes. I met this young lady, like in her early 20s, and the boy. They were both Indians. As their agents would kill them finish, he gave them student visa, to come and study English. Students that were coming to study English and could not speak English, they had to be interpreting for them, right? They now said it is possible for them not to be able to speak that much, but they should be able to write. They gave them paper to write. They were writing in Hindu. They could not write English. And you were going to UK to study English. And those ones were now saying, you could have equally studied English in your country. Get your first degree before you say you want to come here. That what you're coming here to do does not exist. Lo and behold, you know, those people are genius. The lady was sneezing. She was feeling tired. They did a PT test for her there and found out she was 3 months pregnant. So they were stylishly relocating. You understand? And I pity them because they were crying. I had to cry. Because they told them that was around 8 p.m. that the last flight to India that night was 1 a.m. So they said they should feed them, give them food, and put them back on the next plane, back to their country. So it is not only Nigeria they do that, or no, they do it everywhere. So now, I will now tell you, my dear brother and sister, I'm not saying nobody should not japa, but do your own work properly. Do your own work properly. And when you are doing your own work, have it at the back of your mind. Time to law. Have it at the back of your mind that where you are going there to begin again. You will not come to Obodo Yibo and be bragging. I was once a bank manager. Then stay in your bank. Because you're starting all over again. And even the Bible said, you don't despise the humble beginning. You have to start from the onset again. You have to let go of everything. Fine if you have money. And if you are so lucky that you are putting up with somebody that has the fear of God. I have seen another Nigerian who was in Maryland. The friend that asked him and said, Lagbaja, do this thing, student visa. You come and study and come and do your master's here. They were both friends back in Nigeria. So, and the friend was here already, and he put him through. This guy came, paid the school fees, and came here. No, he didn't pay. He paid, I think he had to pay some amount, like holding up his spot for him, like an acceptance fee or something. So he did. So when he got here, his friend that asked him to come now said, borrow me your school fees. School have not resumed. I am owing so that I can be able to pay my own school fees. So by the time school resumes, I will be working, you'll be working, we will now pay your own school fees. That one now said, talon sherue. All the money that I sold, everything that I had, I will now give to you. Why didn't you pay your own school fees? So you that could not pay before I came, how will you get the money? You want to go and rob a bank? No. And the boy now said, I'm sorry. I won't be able to give you my money. I'm sorry. He chased him out. Because what he thought he was going to be doing, the guy did not comply. He thought he was going to collect all the money that guy brought. And that is it. And we have seen people that will tell you, come, don't worry. I have a house, I have this, I have... Maybe he's squatting somewhere. We have seen people in London. What's here? London. They will be squatting under the staircase. And they will be promising heaven and earth for somebody in Nigeria. Some of them, they are owing their agents or maybe the people that gave them money and borrowed them money to come to abroad. They will now tell you to go and be giving that person money. They will not tell you the relationship between them. That once you give that person, so if you are able to pay that person, once you enter, you call them, so person, I'm here. The phone will just go off. Some will even switch off before you get here. You will not be able to reach them anymore. I have seen that. Nobody say them say, especially in UK, that one worst. Our people are wicked. Do your own work very well. Oh. Don't go and become a nuisance. Don't go and squander your money that you have worked and toiled for. Some people will not be able to eat very well. All in the name of saving and saving and saving. All for one stupid fellow to come and give you cock and bull story, and you give him all the money. The spirit of money. Once the money enters their hand, you are done. Yes, our people are wicked and heartless. I saw a video that was going on, I think about 2 or 3 months ago. The guy got to the UK. They told him they already got him a job, this and that. All these vocational jobs that we're asking you to go and learn. They are enjoying in UK now. So many people are going to UK to do that. Right? Okay. They put him, I think they put him up with a family or something. He stayed for some time, and those ones are telling him, you can now go. The guy said he came with how many millions of naira. This guy collected all the money. Now he's stranded. He had to be sleeping at the train station. He had to wear rich clothes, like 4, 5, padded up. So that, and UK weather not before here. That is it. Do your own work properly. Please, do your own work properly. This is very important. Do your own work properly. A lot is going on. People are dying. Okay, imagine a parent that have sold everything, thinking, putting all their hopes on that child, only for the child to get to the UK and found out that the visa was fake, or the school never existed, or even the job never existed. Where will he go from there? Where? How? Be very careful. A lot of scammers are outside. They are just using your money to eat pepper soup. They are using your money to buy properties. But all you scammers, that you are scamming people because you know they need this thing. And you are using it. They are vulnerable for that. You are using it against them to swindle them. God did, remember. God did. May God help us. Today, a call came in for me, and the person was telling me that was I expecting a package to show you that we have so many. And this person that was talking to me, clearly you could know that he was a Nigerian guy, claiming to be, I don't know where he said he was coming from. I can just pay a little for you to hear.
Different things now. Do you know anything regarding this?
Who sent it to me?
What?
I said, who sent it to me? What that was his name?
Alex. He has sent the package.
Alex.
Alex. Alex is the sender of the package in Cancun, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you know any Alex there in Cancun, Mexico, ma?
Yes.
So as I said, the package has in it 5 fake driver licenses and 3 fake social security cards already under your name. So we have instituted an investigation regarding this. You can please grab a pen and paper so that I can write down my name, my badge ID number for future reference regarding this investigation, ma.
Okay.
Once you are ready, please let me know. Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, as I said, I'm Officer Dennis Smith.
Dennis.
Dennis as Dennis. Dennis. Smith, Smith.
Okay.
My badge ID is UCB. U as in uniform, C as in California, B0.
Everything down, don't worry. I've written everything down.
Okay.
When you are ready, you will cut. I've written everything.
C701089.
Okay. Okay.
Can you please read out the information that I've just given you so that I will know you have the correct thing with you there?
I've written everything down, don't worry.
Okay, now I'm just going to give you a quick one. I am not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And nobody can beat all these people. It's only grace of God. Yes. But we have to be very careful. If you are not greedy, it will be hard for you to fall prey for them. When he called me, he said, the line he called, I don't give it to people. Number one. Then, I don't have anything attached to that line. Nobody knows that line. The name he called was a Spanish name. And you could hear that I was talking like an African. Right? Okay. He now said that he was calling from immigrations, whatever, what do they call? NDLA. I've forgotten what they call them here. So he said that their sister, their forefathers was expecting a parcel. That the parcel was coming from so Alex. That they seized the parcel. So they were trying to get back to me that because I was the receiver, I was supposed to receive the parcel. He gave me a badge name, gave me his own name as something Smith. Okay. He said Dennis Smith. Yes. So he said, after giving me the numbers and everything, he now said I should repeat for him what he had called. I said, don't worry. I have already copied everything. Number one, I refuse to repeat what he said. That's number one. Because they might be waiting for me to say it so that they can use it to tap something or something. I don't know. And I don't want to know. Ordinarily, once I hear their voices, I put it off. But this particular afternoon, I was just curious. I wanted to hear what he had to say. As he will finish himself, he said I should repeat what he had said. I said, don't worry, go ahead. Come and see how I dish it for him.
I've written everything down. When you are ready, you will cut the phone. I'm on Naija only. You think I will not know you? Only. This is the third time you are calling me. Really.
What do you mean?
Get out. This is the third time you are calling me scammer. You are calling wrong name, wrong number, wrong address, wrong everything. Now you go get case. Now you go get fake ID, fake stuff. Do I look like somebody that have fake stuff? Get out only.
What do you mean?
Get off of my phone. Get the hell out of my phone. And Shege Banzane, Shege Banza Barawo Banzane, Ozwo, Ojina, Oji.
Such a mad woman.
So you see what happened? When I started, when he said, okay, he gave me address, house address. He asked me to confirm it. I said it was right. Whereas, that wasn't my address. That wasn't my phone, my name. That wasn't, I don't even know anybody with that name. And when he would not kill himself, you know what he said? He said in the parcel, they had fake documents. 5 fake documents. So, was he expecting me to say yes, right? They will now use that one against me. I said no. I do not know anybody with that name. I do not transact with anybody that has to do with anything like that. I wasn't expecting any parcel and I wasn't expecting anybody. So, when I now started calling him names, he called me back. he was speaking some language. Later, he switched as if he was trying to speak English like an Igbo man. So he was either a Yoruba man or an Igbo man, as I guessed, right? Then later on, he started asking, he called me a mad woman, right? So I said I wasn't expecting anything from Mexico. I don't know anybody in Mexico. I've never been to Mexico. I don't have any Mexican friends. I don't have anything to do with Mexico. So if you now keep saying Mexico, Mexico, I am not your friend. I don't know you. Now, he called his sister mad woman. This thing I was finding it funny because I knew he was using Naira. He used a Nigerian phone to be calling me. But the number didn't show Nigerian phone. But he bought data. So I helped him to spend the money a little bit. Right? Because he even bought recharge card because he called me direct line, not from WhatsApp or wherever. Right. Finish what he has to say.
Mad woman, mad man, Igbo ti eni ewere. O tún sọ̀rọ̀ bí Igbo olè. Oye ochi, oye ara, oye beribe. Olè. Olè.
Are you a scammer?
You are a scammer, Ekwezu. You are a scammer.
No, I'm asking you, are you a scammer?
So you know that scammer cannot scam a scammer, right? Scammer near Lojoko.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know when you're talking with somebody and the person is laughing over there, he was smiling, he was laughing because he never expected it. He was not asking me if I was a scammer. You can imagine that. How could I have detected him such like that? Just like that. Right? So he was asking me if I was a scammer. Can you imagine that?
You're a scammer, you're a 419, boom, black, holy.
Regarding the package.
Holy, what stupid package are you expecting from where? Do I look like a Mexican to you? And do I look like somebody that patronizes them in Mexico? Do I look like somebody that have fake stuff? Ole, oyochi, oyara, oye beribe, ole. Ooh. Go to the next person. Kojemi.
What do you mean?
Kojemi, ole.
How old are you?
How old am I? I'm old enough to be your grandmother. Only.
Nice, you're 57, right?
50-30.
You're 50, what?
50-30.
Oh, 50-30.
50-30. 50-100. Everybody know that the world is, there's no money everywhere, inflation everywhere. But you still got to go learn how to do something with your hands. You've got 2 hands, you've got the brain. Go and learn how to work. Go and learn barbing. Go and learn sewing. Go and learn handiwork. Go and learn vocational job. And get legitimate money.
Who you are talking to?
Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Who the hell are you? Damboro Bashegene. Parawo. I rebuke you in Jesus' name. Holy. Lord, watch it.
I'm so sorry. I got carried away. I just wanted you to hear how it ended. I had to cut him off because he was still on the phone, right? But what I'm trying to say is, they are so much outside. Sugar-coated mouth, non you. One was calling me on a Sunday morning that I had to wipe out my WhatsApp because immediately he gave me a code. He just called a code. No, he just said a code entered that I should call that code. So I said, why are you doing this? And he called under the influence of a prayer line that I used to pray with every Monday to Friday. So I said, why are you doing this? And you are in Nigerian, Yoruba for that matter. So I had to cut him off. I almost lost all my WhatsApp, this thing. It was so painful. It was a Sunday morning. Why are we doing that? Eh? We know there's no money There's no, things are bad, things are hard. But you don't have to now make your fellow human to be crying. Eh? Look for something to do. This is not the first time. Somebody was giving I was telling my husband that day, I told him the way they were doing it. And we were sitting down right there. A call came in. Thank God he put it on the speaker. And the person was not saying, oh, are you Mr. So? He said, oh, yes. He said, oh, do you listen to this and this? And I said, yes, I do. Say, oh, lucky you. You are one of the few that were selected to be given free. He used to listen to all these audio stories. That they were going to send him some audio stories that he doesn't have to pay monthly charge for that month, for the next 3 months. That they sent him a code. He should repeat the code. As my husband collected, he just said, the code 6 digits, right? As he said 0, I just snatched the phone from him. I said, oh, the man now said, where? And he cut the phone. I was now telling him, I said, once you give him that code, everything is gone. Just like that. Because unconsciously, you will think you are talking to a right person. You won't know. Online prayers. Can you see that you should call the code? Yes. A friend of mine in Maryland, the father was sick. He was just telling me that his father was sick. And I said, Arababa, yeah, this and that. Then he said he will call me later when he closed from work. I said, okay. So I just saw the text. He just sent me a text that he was trying to send money to his siblings back in Nigeria. And then they said he had gone past the limits for the day, that I should please help him with 300,000 naira and forward to this account. When he now sent that account to me, immediately my mind just clicked that, could this be a scammer? First and foremost, the guy wasn't a Yoruba guy. All his siblings were not Yoruba. The name given to me was an Hausa name, a male. That's number one. Number two, I now chatted him immediately. I said, I hope it's okay. Hope all is well. He said, yes, just transfer it immediately. I'll give you once it is past 12 in the midnight. We would have crossed over to the other day, to the following day. And I said, okay. The next thing, I took my phone, I called. He called the call. I called again, he called the call. I called again, he called the call. I said, why are you calling the call? Answer my call. He did not answer. I now sent a text to him. I asked him a question that was not in our chat, and it was like a private something that he had told me about that he was doing. The person did not answer. And I said, scam ureo. The person just blocked me immediately. It wasn't up to 30 minutes. The guy sent a message, like a forward, a message to all his contacts, telling them that his WhatsApp has been cloned by scammers. That was when I now called him. I was already texting the wife. So he now said, I shouldn't, because that one has BP, that she won't be able to sleep, that he was waiting for the wife to wake up in the morning before he could tell the wife. I said, I was already texting your wife to ask if everything was okay. You know, we have to be conscious of what we are doing. If somebody wants to make visa for you, asking you for 10 million, 5 million, 3 million, 2 million, some of them are so good that they will be asking, tapping, small, 200, 100, 500, 300. That's how they be collecting it until you pay 10 million. And some of them, excuse me, we just come to you and say, bam, 10 million, no way. You pay 3 times. If you have that 10 million, can't you use it for something else? Go back to you. 10 million can still fetch you something that will not make you lose your family heritage. No, you will not. You will now do your own legitimate business. And even if you still want to japa, you will still have enough to japa on your own. Not that you will put your family into oh God level. Human resources recommends you information 500. Can you 500? Okay, 58,000 naira. Please contact us as soon as possible. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? They will ask you to call a number. Once you call that number, you are in for it. I was in a street, in an environment when I never knew they were scammers. I went to make my hair. I was in Ibadan. I just heard the guy saying, hello, yeah, I'm calling you from, no, I've never been to UK then. But I heard him saying, trying to imitate a woman. Imitating a woman's voice, and was saying, I'm calling you from in London. And I stood up and said, hey, the hairdresser just pinned me down. I said, I said, He said, So when I was not going, I now called her and said, they were telling the person how much the person was going to pay, where the person was going to give them the money. Immediately dropped the phone and I said, oh yeah, sorry, malo. I'll call him back in the next 10-15 minutes to tell him you're on the way. I was just, I didn't know what to do. I was just like, oh God, is there anything I can do? I said, they can kill you. If they know you're, don't snitch on them. Just keep quiet. Any etilari money, This thing has been in existence. So any form, no. They are using any form. Nobody should come and scam you and say, take money, get money, and go bring money and do obodo ibo that you don't know the source. You didn't ask questions. Go online, ask questions, search for what it's going to give you. No, at times when they will do visa for you, you will be asking them, your visa will not share for you. Me, it's here, mom. What shall share for me? Me, it's here, mom. What shall share for me? You don't know the kind of visa you came in with. Maybe because I'm always curious, I'm always inquisitive, I ask questions. So I will ask you to the questions to the stage that you will send me out. Yes. Not once, not twice. They will just say, what? No, I don't have time for you. They will send me out. Because I want to know. So that I will be able to talk, I'll be able to defend myself if I have to talk. Please be very careful. There are so much outside, so much. Yeah. We should shine our eyes. Yeah, we pray. Even the Bible said it, watch and pray. It didn't say just pray and close your eyes. It said watch. Ojulala confession, you look. Dig your nose inside. Let them know that you can ask questions. And yet, we still have the legitimate ones. There are some traveling agents that are still good. Though they might be expensive though, fine. But those ones, the way they will make you pay, it will be at your convenience, I believe. And some people too, when you try to help them, what do they pay in return? I've seen a sister who said she put money in her brother's account so that she will boost the account for the brother to be able to get a student visa, only for the brother to abscond with the money. 10 million. Is it 10 or 30 million? 30. Brother to sister. So now tell me, if that brother have the opportunity of beheading the sister, won't he do it? We have to be very careful. Some people don't get who to help them because of all these things. And there are some people that are really in need of help. Truly, they really need the help. But they can't get it because of scammers. Yes. If I see the video, I'll send it to you. 30 million. The lady was saying all her business, everything crashed because of her brother. And even that money, who knows whether she collected loan to do it. Brother to sister. I said my blood brought down. That was how the lady said it. Said 30 million. That she was using that money to build the brother's account. So the money had to stay there for some time before he could apply for visa. I've seen it before. I've seen a friend of mine who grew up together that did for the brother too. That one too used the money shout to Japa to another country, not waiting for the brother to do where the brother wanted to do for him. We have seen them. Yes, Owolapo, Bamule Lantan. Now, that one will be in serious trouble. They will be dragging her here and there. A hand that have been feeding people will now turn to beggar. Why are we doing that? Why are we so bent on being wicked and doing all those stuff? We should be very careful. Please, do your own work very well. Do your own work. Check the authenticity of that visa. If they give you the visa, go online. There's a way you can check your visa number online. Yes, ask questions. I don't know how they do it anymore. But I know you will go online with your name under their website. Check your visa number. If it's not existing, it's a fake. There's a way they do it. Before you go on a journey that one will go and get stranded or regret. Please be very careful. Get your accommodation right. Where are you going to stay? Who is going to put up with you? Make sure you have 1, 2, 3 plans. Plan A, B, C. If this one doesn't work, I'll switch to this one. If this one doesn't work, I'll switch to this one. Don't depend on one person. Even the Bible said it. It said, woe unto man. You have to depend solely on God. For it, that God have your way. Have mercy. I have seen people, somebody told me when he was coming to the US, with visa, he won a lottery visa lottery. And because he didn't know anybody, and the person now said, don't worry, give me money, I'll give you my address, my sister's address abroad. Address that never existed. He got to Philadelphia. The driver was taking him around for 5 hours. Nothing like that address. The taxi driver. Only for the taxi driver said, well, I'm not a Nigerian, but I know a Nigerian guy I can take you to. Maybe that one can be of help. And that one did not collect much from him. Just collected small money. Even when he got to the Nigerian guy, he was saying, how much did you not pay the taxi driver? I said, I paid $50. $50 for 5 hours? Say, hey, this man must be a God sent. But if it were to be our Nigerian man, he can collect $500 within 1 hour and dump you somewhere. Find your level, no come kill me for you. Now me send you message. You don't know where you they go before you embark on the journey. That is it. I went to Abuja, a tribal man, told Koila, Bogbomosho Ibadan, I don't know where he was from. We were speaking Yoruba in Abuja. This man took me and was saying, ká tó débẹ̀ yẹn, traffic yẹn tún máa pa máa lọ gbá kíníkan, who say kíníkan. This man took us around and collected, that time things were so cheap. He collected maybe 1,500 from us. What he was supposed to collect, 350. Yoruba to Yoruba. When we now got to where we were going, we now told them how much. He said, láti bó síbo. The man brought us out. He said because we were having luggages. He brought us out and showed us where he took us from. Yoruba to Yoruba. Ṣó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. We should think very well before you do some things. Some people are not having breakthrough because of all these things. Some people are not making headway because of all these things. You know how many people you have duped? You know how many people you have put into agony, gnashing of teeth, pain, cry. Ohun tá jẹ, ohun làgbà tá jẹ o. If you think of what you want to eat right now, and you don't think of what you will become in the future, remember your children. Ẹni tó gbin èbù ìkà ọmọ ẹ̀ á jẹ ń bẹ̀. Right. Please. The network is almost gone. So, thank you. I think I'm done right now, right? I think I'm done. The network was almost off. So, I had to be tapping and tapping. So, please, let us just be careful. You want to go abroad, you are free to go. We don't know how you can make it. God only God knows. God might make it your way. But please, do your research very well. Do the proper research. Make your findings. Know where you want to put up. Know the kind of people you are putting up with. Don't go and put your head into trouble again. Some people will say, "Ma worry, ma joke on him. Just help me pick letters." You are in trouble. Scammers that won't know. Maybe you cannot know. be very careful. Be very careful. They have ruined so many people's lives, all in the name of being a novice. I don't know anywhere. They are my mentor. They are just helping me. They are not helping you. Some of them are not helping you. Accommodation, make sure you check the visa very well and make sure the visa is real and not a fake visa. That's number one, so that you don't get stranded when you get over there. Make sure the school is real. Make sure the job is real. What kind of job are they getting for you? Please, do make inquiries. Ask questions. At times they will say you are too nosy, you are asking too many questions. If that person is not comfortable with you asking questions, pick race, run. Don't go and squander your family money. Emma Lokora, oh God, at the end of the day, please be very careful. Be very, very careful. Check the authenticity of the visa and make sure it is real. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me today again. This is Oluabi or Abid Busi, as you know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next week, we are having another fine topic, right? Please help me share. Subscribe, share, talk, send it to everybody. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate you and I love you. And as I said, all those of you that have been on the show since the beginning, from the first and the second cut, something is coming. It may be small, as I told you. This is my sweat. I have been working for the past 4 days. I have not slept. You can see my eyes. So I'm only managing. Please, help me. Please, if not very blow, help me. It is well. Rome was not built in a day. I cannot just start today and say I want to be like so person that same day. That is the patience we lack. Everything is systematically. It has to go step by step. I'm not in a hurry. One day, the Lord will make it. But the only thing I am after is the message I'm passing, the communication. Are you grabbing it? Are you okay with it? Are you enjoying it? Are you benefiting from it? That is the most important thing. Please, look for one thing or the other to do, to add more to what you are doing. Because as it is going now, 1 job, 2 jobs, it won't be enough. Try to look for 1 or 2 things that you can do more. A lot of things. People are doing a lot of things online. Learn how to do this, and even cooking, ordinary okra. See, I was cutting okra that day. I showed it. Yeah. So cooking, everything, do anything. So far it is legitimate. Please, people will not be swearing for you. People will not be cursing you out, cursing your generations because you're scamming them. It is well with us. Amen. Please, thank you so very much for joining. If you are just joining in, please go back to the beginning and watch from the beginning. It is very important, and you will learn one thing or the other. Whatever we have not said, please pardon me. I think I have tried. I've touched some bits of it. I still have few things to say, but the time is well spent, far spent anyway, so I shouldn't waste your time too much. Thank you so very much. They will send out the names of people qualified for the recharge card for this week by God's grace. Thank you so very much. El Nino, take note. Thank you. Please share. Subscribe. I have Instagram, IYBAZE, at IYBAZE. That is Iyabze, at Iyabze. That's my Instagram. Oluabi is my page on Facebook. Abid Busi. Those are the 2 pages I have on Facebook. Then I think I have TikTok. I have Yabs at TikTok too. I don't even know what I have anymore. Please, thank you. And on YouTube, www.youtube.com/@Oluabi, www.youtube.com/@Oluabi. Thank you very much. God bless you. Till next week that we are going to meet again by God's grace. Thank you. I love you all.